So how do you save your work for Behance? Everything needs to be generally JPEG or PNG. All right. So I'm going to go quickly through each program how to do that. You may or may not already know this, but let's just recap. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a new folder on my desktop so everything doesn't get thrown all over the place, and I'm going to call it Behance. All right. I'm going to go to Illustrator. I've got my Illustrator piece here. It's pretty easy. You go to File, you go to Export, and you say Export As. All right. And you can go to your desktop, Behance. You can choose PNG, JPEG, whichever. The key with this is to make sure you click Use Artboards. If you don't, and you write a JPEG and you have stuff off of the artboard, that whole thing's coming over. All right. So the big thing is whatever you do here, you make sure you click Use Artboards. Okay. And I think I already did this. Put on my Behance. All right. And you export it. At the end here, now it's web-based, so it doesn't need to be CMYK. It's going to be RGB. If you save it as CMYK, it's going to get wonky. All right. Some things will upload it, and the web will actually convert the colors, and it gets a little weird. Everything else can stay the same. You hit OK, and that's pretty much done. Okay. You'll notice it's going to think for a second. All right. There we go. All right. So you can see in my folder, there's my JPEG. All right. Good to go. So next would be InDesign. Same idea. So here's my layout. I'm going File, Export. All right, put it in my Behance folder, and I'm going to export it as a JPEG. Use a document name is fine. You hit save. It's going to give you the same options here. Now here's where generally the quality is set to medium. You want to set it to max. Okay. Resolution 300, color space RGB. Everything else is good. You can if this is your magazine and you want to save it as a spread, you can do that. Okay. You can set that up. I'm going to show you how to do a multi-page spread when it comes to actually putting it in Behance. But you can do your spreads or just pages, depending on, you guys don't have any multi-page, really heavy multi-page stuff. If you got your one magazine layout, that might be worth setting as a spread. All right, you hit export. Again, takes a second. All right, we close this out. And here is, now this had 2 pages to it. So here's page 1, or excuse me, page 2, and here's page 1. All right, so I have 2 separate JPEGs, nice, clean, simple. Okay, you'll notice, let me do that real quick again, that you have the option. All right, export it as a JPEG. All right, that you can, when it's set as a JPEG, you can change your range as well, which is kind of nice. Okay, and you also have the option to use the document bleed settings, which chances are you don't need to do. Okay, but if you wanted to have the full bleed showing, you could hit use document bleed settings. So those are 2 other settings that you could do as well. All right, let me get rid of this. So that's InDesign. Photoshop, pretty basic. What you want to do is, because you can go to File and you can say Save As. All right, and Desktop Behance format will be JPEG. Okay, and it's going to change it. It says File must be saved as a copy, and that's because it has layers. All right, so you'd save that. My wonderful piece of work there. Same deal here. Okay, now generally by default your Photoshop project's in RGB, but if it's in CMYK, you want to convert it. Okay, and that would be image mode. All right, good to go. Hit OK. I don't need this. And again, here is my awesome, glorious picture. All right, and then XD, since some of you have those. Here's my page layout. All right, I'm going File, Export, and I want to say All Artboards. All right. And again, here's Behance. And now you get to choose export for design, web, iOS. Just stick with design. All right, it just gives you one form. If you notice, you click on web, it does a 1-time and a 2-time. iOS does a 1, 2, and 3. And this is size, so that you can actually zoom in on it if you wanted to. All right, we're just going to click the design. PNG is fine, JPEG, whichever you prefer. Either one is fine. All right, export all the outboards. And if I shoot this down for a second, you'll notice in my Behance folder, I now have, it's named, whatever the artboard is named, that's what it'll be called. So there's adventure, there's blog, okay, here's home. Yours will all be the same sizes, it's just a tutorial that has multiple sizes, okay? And those are nice to set up, all right? So that's how you get all of the different file types that we're working with as JPEGs or PNGs, all right? Let me know if you have any questions.